Hello there, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, and members of the public. I am Tatiana Arnaud. I am your city engineer, and this presentation is regarding the grant resolution for Caltrans Highway Safety Improvement Program, U.S. Department of Transportation Reconnecting Communities Planning Grants Projects, and finally, the Ventura County Transportation Commission call for projects. So essentially, the recommendation is that the City Council adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit grant applications and execute grant agreements, if awarded, for the Highway Safety Improvement Program for an amount not to exceed $20 million for 2 grants, the Reconnecting Communities Pilot Program in an amount not to exceed $2 million, and the Ventura County Transportation Commission call for projects for an amount not to exceed $5 million. And finally, authorizing the finance director to submit financial reports and claims for the use of the grant funds, and authorizing the public works director or designee to submit any non-financial reports. So as far as the background goes for all of these grants, these grant programs are funded by the Infrastructure Investments and Jobs Act that was recently enacted. And city staff recommends that the city apply to 3 of the programs that currently have applications due both in September and October of this year. So we are actively working on these grant applications, but won't submit them unless they are approved here through this recommended action. The project concepts originate essentially from our forthcoming local road safety plan, the LRSP, as well as the Sustainable Transportation Plan, the STP. So those 2 are in production right now. We have preliminary drafts of these, and the concepts that we're pulling for these grant applications are coming from those 2. So in order to maximize staffing availability and ensure the realistic delivery of each of these projects based on what we currently have as far as staffing levels and applications, so 2 for the Highway Safety Improvement Program, or HSIP, the Reconnecting Communities Planning Grant, RCP, as well as the Ventura County Transportation Commission call for projects, or what I'll refer to as the VCTC CFP. Again, there are other opportunities out there, but we decided to apply for these because we think that these are, again, the realistic projects that we can accomplish, assuming that we do get these grant funds. So here's a little infographic of the HSIP. So we're pulling this again from our plans. So we are proposing the Ventura Road Corridor Enhancements Project. This is Teal Club Road to Woolley Road, and basically what we would be doing here is trying to improve pedestrian and cyclist safety, specifically by adding northbound class 2 bike lanes that would start just 200 feet of South 5th Street. Here's some key trends that are found as part of this analysis. So we're looking at things like 94% of collisions occur at any given intersection. And, some top violations are often, unsafe speed at 28%, vehicle right-of-way 17%, and traffic signals and signs at 15%. So we're going to look at all of these things and try to address them as part of this grant here. And then we also analyzed, what happens at Ventura and 5th, Ventura and 7th, and then Ventura and Woolley Road. So we look at the corridor as a whole, and then we look at each of the intersections, knowing that that is actually where all of the conflicting, the conflicts between pedestrians and cyclists and the cars occur, and seeing what we can do to improve that. So again, here's just a little bit more on Ventura Road and this project that we're proposing here. On the right-hand side, you'll see just kind of an image that shows the sections of Ventura Road that we're looking at, and kind of some of the key factors there, including bus stops, right? We have I believe it's Route 23 bus stops that go down Ventura Road, and so that's something that we're taking into consideration here as well. Similarly, we're looking at a Bard Road Corridor Enhancements Project from Saviors to Pleasant Valley Road. Same thing, same concept. We are basically just trying to improve the safety down this corridor, and so we'll be applying for a second HSIP grant for this corridor. Again, just some more photos here of just the different items that we're looking at, and everywhere that you could have just, a pedestrian or a cyclist come into contact with the road and the cars, etc., including our bus stops here. As far as the Reconnecting Communities Planning Grant, we are looking at the Oxnard Boulevard and Channel Islands interchange. So currently Lemonwood neighborhood does not have direct access to College Park, Channel Islands High School, or areas west and south of Oxnard Boulevard. And so what this grant is for is actually to study alternatives to the current configuration. So we have a bridge there that does not provide proper pedestrian access. So we want to study what could be done at this intersection to improve that connection, right? So we don't know what that looks like yet. Some things that have been thrown out there is widening the sidewalk along the bridge so to provide proper pedestrian access and make it ADA compliant. Another option that it will be likely analyzed is removing the bridge in its entirety and maybe converting this intersection into a signalized intersection. A roundabout might be studied as part of this as well. But as of right now, we don't have an actual finalized program. What we're doing is we are requesting these funds to study the potentials here, the alternatives, and from there make decisions as a city and as a council, right, to propose what we do moving forward. And then finally, we have the Ventura County Transportation Commission call for projects. This is for accessible pedestrian enhancements throughout the city. So we're talking about high visibility crosswalks, improving our signal timing for leading pedestrian intervals, adding push buttons, things like that nature throughout the city to make sure that we are we're attending to our our pedestrians with ADA needs, things of that nature. So that's what this project would be used on primarily. Here's an example of obviously a curb ramp that is not in compliance. So part of the improvements would include upgrading any curb ramps that aren't meeting minimum ADA requirements. As far as financial impact goes, because we are just applying for the grant, there is no direct financial impact for this recommended action. Upon notification of any successful awards, city staff will return to council to recognize and appropriate the grant awards and identify any required local fund amounts and sources if necessary. If we do get these grants, if we're successful in obtaining these grants, we're not expected to begin incurring any charges until fiscal year 23-24 at this time. So that is something that would come in the future, and we would plan ahead to be ready to execute those projects should we be awarded. Anyways, I thank you for your time in watching this measure and presentation. I'm happy to take any questions.